Just because you can or want to doesn't mean you ought to. How do you feel more secure when you are meeting your online boyfriend or girlfriend, that person you've decided to be in a relationship with for the very first time? So, you're in a relationship with them, but you've never met them in person. So, you've been texting, DMing, messaging, hopefully talking on the phone at least, or some video chats or something. But you've never actually met and you are in a relationship with this person. So typically, relationships come after you meet in person. Maybe, right, some situations where this might not be the case. Maybe you're new to dating, you're dipping your toe in, and it feels safer this way for you because they don't get to see you. Or maybe you are very experienced with dating and you just have intense chemistry. And so you've decided to break the golden rule and pursued a relationship with this person. Here's the thing, it is harder to meet someone after being in a relationship with them. It would be far easier to meet them in person first than it is the other way around. So if you're new to dating, that would be my first suggestion is really consider flipping that around because if you meet them in person first, then you'll have that opportunity to really find out what are things like in person because first of all, switching from text messages, DMs to speaking over the phone with someone, a lot changes. And a lot changes from having 5-minute conversations to having an hour-long conversation with someone. And then yet again, a lot changes when you are physically face to face with someone. That's when you really get a sense for what is the chemistry really like? What is the attraction really like between these two people? And then beyond that, it's, well, what's the difference between spending a few hours on a date with someone versus being with that person from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep at night? Again, very different. And so those are the things you ideally want to explore before you actually commit to a relationship with someone. Granted, there are situations where that might not happen, and it's a personal choice. It's not a judgment, it's a personal choice. You're going to learn one way or the other what works and what doesn't. So here's what I would do if you find yourself in this situation. Share your insecurities, the thing that you're really insecure about. Whether for a lot of people it's physical insecurities. They worry, is this person going to be attracted to me when we're standing face to face? Sometimes it's if you really don't know the person, you might be wondering, is this safe? In which case, really make sure you take precautions, and that's a whole other video, but make sure that people know where you are, that you're meeting in a public place, the standard stuff. That's not what this video is about, but just be safe. And if you get bad feelings about a person, just don't meet them. Just don't do it. But let's say this is someone where you haven't met in person, but there's a relationship that's built some trust and care, maybe even love. I don't know. Um, and so, but you have these insecurities, and maybe it's your height, maybe it's your weight, maybe it's the shape of your body, maybe it's skin, maybe it's acne, maybe it's teeth. It could be anything, hair, whatever. If there's something that you're really insecure about, and this is someone that you have built a relationship of trust with, share your insecurities with them. Let them know what your concerns are and how you're feeling about yourself. And then see what their reaction is. So people can respond in all sorts of different ways. And you're just going to have to really listen to yourself and see how do you feel after sharing your insecurity with this person. And once you've done that, then you have to make a decision. Is it worth it? How do I feel after having shared my insecurity with this person? Do I still want to meet them? Or do I feel even more concerned? Or maybe this person just really loves you for you and they don't care so much about the looks because, hey, looks fade. Or maybe the thing that you're concerned about with your physicality, they're not concerned about that at all. In fact, maybe that's their cup of tea. Maybe that's one of the things that's going to make you very enticing for them. I don't know. It could go any number of ways. Or maybe, I mean, the truth is, let's just take height for example, because this is a common one for men. They worry about their height. Some women just don't want to date men that are shorter than them. And I'm not saying whether that's right or wrong or short-sighted or not, but it's just how it is. Some women just refuse to date men that are shorter than them, but not all women are like that. And so you won't know until you actually speak to this person about it and find out, is that an issue for them or not? But then, let's take another example. Let's say that you are more on the curvy side and you're a woman and you're going to meet a man for the first time that you're in a relationship with. And maybe your weight is something that has bothered you for a lot of your life and you're feeling insecure about it. You don't know how he's going to feel about it. And so you decide to talk to him about it. And maybe you find out that he loves curves and he finds that really attractive. Point is, you don't know until you actually put it out there, ask the person, and then if you get that positive response back and you want more and you feel like it's worth it to go find out what's going to happen when you meet this person face to face, that's when you know. You don't know until you know. So share your insecurities. If this is something that's been built on trust, gauge their reaction, see how you feel, and then just decide, make a decision. Is it worth it? Do you want to learn more? There's no guarantees, but do you want to learn more? And remember, just because you can or want to doesn't mean that you ought to. And so that's where you got to come back to yourself. This is cracking me up. Just because you can or want to doesn't mean you ought to. How am I going to do this? Oh gosh. Okay.